Dear God, thank you so much for today. Just for the chance to come out and play Frisbee, Lord God.
So my daughter's now a senior graduating this spring. And this fall was the first time I got to see her play a Frisbee Ultimate tournament. But she's definitely not a play with dolls kind of girl. She loves to get out there and scrap it up like everybody else out there on the field. But it really was nice to be able to see her live rather than watch the videos she was sending to me overseas. Alright, father-daughter headed out to go hunting tonight. We both sat in the blind this morning before we went to church. And because I had got a shot at the doe. And I think what was it, the nerves that got you?
Yep.
Nerves?
Yes. Unfortunately.
It was the first shot of the year for her, so she missed. I think she skimmed the back leg or something because the doe was shaking her leg funny. But she'll be fine. Just a little scratch on her back leg. And then she tried a shot at 30 yards. I was saying 30 yards, 30 yards. You can probably hear it on the video. So she tried to get her 30-yard pin on there, but I think she rushed the shot too. So, but tonight, hopefully that big buck shows up there at the middle blind. She's going to sit at the middle blind. I'm going to be at the middle blind. She's going to be at the east blind, and hopefully we'll get a big buck down tonight. If not, because I'll probably shoot a doe or that little spiker. So I told her she could shoot. So stay tuned for some great hunting action. This is Indian Creek Bowhunting Journal. Thank you for watching.
The message of the Holy Scriptures is absurd, and the life of the Messiah is meaningless, unless we believe that he walked perfection, and that he died for my substitution, that his resurrection is no illusion.
So rewind just a couple of days earlier, and there were a couple of axis, or actually 3 axis deer, small button bucks that were showing up at the cabin feeder. So here was my opportunity. I wanted to show you this. Alright guys, got in the cabin blind here. Been seeing a couple of axis small button bucks, but I'd shoot them. Any opportunity for axis deer, you take it on our place because it's rare. So it's all free ranging deer. But they've got about 50 minutes before they've been showing up. They showed up the last 2 days. So if they show up today, this afternoon, 12 on the button. We'll see if we can get one. Had to do an emergency job on my serving on my string. Took a couple of practice shots and it broke. Wore out through the middle. So I had to do a quick patch job, and hopefully it's shooting true. We'll see. Stay tuned. Hopefully we get one of these axis deer down. So here he is. He shows up right on time. About 12:05, something like that. And so he milled around, and I got all the cameras set up. And there's actually 2 more button bucks over there. That's what he's freaking out about. They're kind of, I can hear them kind of making a lot of noise over there on the side, spooking or something. But I can't see him. But my wife can see this whole thing unfold from the cabin. She's got the binoculars out watching the action, and she still swears to this day that I was asleep in the blind because she said I should have shot this deer. But I'm not going to take a marginal shot like that. I finally got pulled back and held for about 45 seconds, as long as I could, maybe a minute or something like that. But I eventually had to just let down, because he kept just showing me his rear end like you see right there. Guess I could have snuck an arrow in right about there, but I'm just not going to take a marginal shot like that, so I had to let him walk.
Alright guys, it's nice and early in the morning. We're sitting in the blind here at the cabin blind. It's barely shooting light, so we're going to sit back and relax, and hopefully we'll get something coming through here. We'll see, but I need to sit down and be quiet because you never know. They've been acting pretty ruddy, kind of chasing around a little bit. My son and my wife are coming back in to Indian Creek yesterday. Down on the corner of our property, they saw a nice big buck chasing a doe, so they're definitely stirring up right now. So we're going to sit back, relax, and hopefully get a buck down this morning.
Okay guys, don't blink on this one. I had a doe came running through. I turned the camera on and got my bow ready, stood up, and was expecting a buck to follow her. Nothing came. Then about 5 minutes later, this buck shows up, so game is on.
He's down. He came running back through here. Yeah, baby, he's down right there. He went running back through and came all the way back to here. He's down. Yeah. You know, I'm not sure how big he is, but he's big enough. I can see his horns from here. Or the antlers. Yeah, I'm shaking like crazy. Yeah. Yeah. No tracking job on this one. Let's go see how big he is. Oh yeah, blood everywhere right off the bat. Wacko. 20 yards. There he is. Alright guys, check him out. He's probably about a 3.5-year-old deer. But I think I have this guy on film from last year. We passed him up last year. Of course, he was just too small a deer. This year, I noticed this. He didn't even have a brow tine here, so and really weak on the left side. So we decided I was going to go ahead and shoot him. In fact, I was trying to get this deer for the last 4 or 5 days now. I saw him come out in a spot down by the east blind a couple of times, and so I didn't get that on camera, but so I ended up going and sitting third day, going and sitting in the bushes right next to where he was coming out to see if I could get an arrow in him, and he never came out on that day. So today he made the fatal mistake of chasing a doe, and it happened pretty quick. I know I didn't get the doe on camera, but the doe came through about 5-10 minutes after shooting light, and she came through really quick. Never had a chance to even stand up from my seat, and then I figured that's got to be a doe, and there's got to be a buck chasing her. So I got up, turned the camera on, hit record, grabbed my my bow, my trusty PSE DNA off the stick, holding stick, and got ready for him to come through. Waited 5 minutes, he never came through. So I set my bow down, I punched record off, and then all of a sudden he shows up. I thought it was a big doe. He's just kind of moseying through at first, and then I looked, and with bare eye, never did get my binoculars up, and could tell he's got horns, so I was going to shoot him. So then just pulled back, and wacko, hit him right in the bread basket. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed that hunt. It's been fun chasing deer this year, and I have my family here with me on Thanksgiving's in a couple of days, and I'm tagged out in Texas because this is my 5th deer. So my daughter's still out hunting right now. Hopefully she gets something, because she's only got 1 more day to hunt, and then our season is over, because I got to go back overseas and go back to work for about a month and a half, and then I'm changing jobs. So I've been in and out of Houston for the last month. Anyways, hope you enjoyed that hunt. Thank you for watching Indian Creek Bow Hunting Journal.
My daughter got a couple of more opportunities, but unfortunately she only had about 3 days to hunt and did not get a deer this year. This is actually the first year she hasn't gotten one, so maybe next year, Lord willing. This wraps up our season, so thank you for watching. If you haven't watched the episodes before, I'd encourage you to go back and take a look. Thank you for watching Indian Creek Bow Hunting Journal.